Karibu.
Hello guys, this is Prince Ja Kenya back with another video, and I'm here to give you a story about my point of entry. I'm here to give you a story and my experience about USA point of entry. I have made this video after some few people requested me to make it, and I have seen it's good at least to share my experience with US point of entry. As I told you, another of my videos, I relocated over here on February 27 this year 2022. On February 27 this year 2022, my interview was on 15th February back in USA Nairobi Embassy. My interview was on February 15, USA Nairobi Embassy, and I received my visa 1 week after my interview. I received my visa 1 week after an interview, and after 1 week after an interview, and once I received my visa, after a couple of days, I booked my air ticket. I was booked my air ticket. So I remember it was on Saturday. I have made another video about my flight. I have made another of my video. Please, if at all you haven't watched that video, if at all you can want to know flight experience, interview experience, please revisit to other of my videos. You're gonna still watch them, and you're gonna still learn one or two things. You're gonna still learn one or two things. So I was connecting to Radan. I was to Heathrow Airport. I was connected to Radan Heathrow Airport. Then my point of entry was Philadelphia. My point of entry was Philadelphia over here in the United States of America. I told you that I left Kenya at around, it was in Kenyan time, it was 11 p.m., 11 o'clock, or it was going to 12 midnight, it was going to 12 midnight, and I reached over here in the US at around 3 p.m., at around 3 p.m., 3 whatever something. So once I reached over here in the US, I remember it was around 3 something. I had communicated with my host back while I was in Heathrow, because while I was in the airplane, I had no any network connection. So I had talked with my host that now we have left Heathrow Airport. Now we are approaching the USA. So even my host again, he had a copy of ticket that he saw that I'm gonna be arriving over here in the US at around 3 p.m. So no worry about that. The moment that we'll be relocating over here, just communicate with the host the best you can. If at all you are connecting a flight from one country to another, from one airport to another, you're gonna just let him. And again, he has the time that we're gonna be reaching over here. So I reached at 3 p.m. at American time, and once I reached at 3 p.m. at American time, we just queued, but myself, I was told that is not the queue that at counters. I was not told that is not the queue that I'm supposed to do, because the people that we were with are the one that maybe lives here in Philadelphia. Others too are connecting a flight from Philadelphia to another place, but others were clearing to go and pick their bag and something like that. Myself, I'm new, so I was not supposed to queue on that ride. I asked for help and assistance on how I can go about it. That's when that personnel, or I can call him customer service or wherever, the one that had stood there guiding people on the lines how they can go about things, he told me that I'm supposed to go on this other counter. I think it was counter 8. It's because I'm new immigrant now relocating over here in the US from my country. That is the one that I'm gonna be assisted. So even before as I was on my way to counter 8, a police officer saw me that was standing over there, and he told me, he guided and led me to another place that he told me to fill out a form. Later on, that form is called attestation form. Disclosure and attestation form. That police officer took me a place. He told me to fill out a form that is called disclosure and attestation form. That form contains of my name, my country, where I come from, the year of birth. It contains the money that I have come with, whether I have children, and things like that. That disclosure and attestation form, you disclose everything about you. You disclose anything that you have carried with you. You disclose the amount of money that you have carried with you. You disclose about if at all you have kids, the number of kids you have, and everything about you. So that was the first procedure. That after now arriving, the first procedure and the first process was to fill out disclosure and attestation form. So after filling out the disclosure and attestation form, even without completing filling the back page, even without completely filling the back page, the police officer came for me and told me, Riverrun about that. Then he guided me now to that counter 8. And there inside was another police officer who asked me some question. So inside there was another police officer who asked me some question. So he asked me my name, the year of birth. Then he asked me about the host details. He asked me about the host. So he asked me the name of the host. He asked me the address of the host. You also note this. He asked me the name of the host. He asked me the address of the host. He asked me the phone number of the host. He asked me whether I'm gonna be living with that host. He asked me, so you're gonna be living in this address with this host? And I told them, yes, this is the host that I'm gonna be living with. This is the address that I'm gonna be living with. And there was a form that he told me to sign. He told, after asking me several questions about me, the details about me, my year of birth, my names, something like that, my surname, whatever. He asked me, it was some more question about me, that's your details, so nothing to worry about that one, because it's all about your addresses, your everything, and your question, your personal details. He's gonna also ask you about your house, so you are supposed to know your house address, and there is nothing you will say, let me confirm here. So you need to cram it off head. You need to cram it off head, because over there where you are studying there, you are supposed to show confidence and to show that you know what you are saying, because if at all you can confuse yourself are there, I don't know whether it can cost you, but I know it can have some consequences. I don't know how far it can cost you, but I know something that it can have some consequences. So it's upon you to know your host details. It's upon you to know your host details of head. So here you are supposed to know your host addresses. You are supposed to know your host phone number. You are supposed to know probably a lot about your host. Then after that, he told me now I can go to the other counter to clear, so that I can be let outside. He told me now I can go to the other counter to clear, so that I can let outside. So the same police officer guided me to the last counter. The last counter that was almost nearby the door that I walked out. And over there, that is the place that I was asked my passport. Then on your interview, once you go to your interview, there are this document. When you go to your interview, the day that you will be given, that day you will go to your interview. It is not the day that you will be given your visa. On your day of the interview, you will just be given these two papers. On the day of your interview, you will just be given these two papers. I have mentioned that one in another of my video. This one paper is to congratulate you and tell you that you have been approved for your visa. This green paper, you have been approved for your visa. Then you're gonna carry this other paper over here. You're gonna be given this other paper over here. This one is the one that contains your alien registration number and your DOS case number. Your DOS case number and your registration area number. These are the two papers that you're gonna be given on your the day on your visa interview. Once you are approved for your visa, you will only be given these two papers. Then the embassy will direct you about how you will receive your visa back, how you will receive your passport stamped with the visa back. Then attached with this passport, there are other documents, sealed documents. There are other sealed documents that the embassy will send you together with this passport. Not before. You are not supposed to unseal or open that sealed envelope. That is confidential and secret. And you are supposed to carry it with you to the point of entry. Or at the point of entry, that's the place that you usually submit that sealed envelope, the one that the embassy gonna send to you. Like myself, on the day of interview, I was given only these two papers. Then on the day, 1 week later, when the embassy sent me the visa, this is the visa. The visa is just stamped in your passport. It is still the same day. Attached to my visa, they sent me a sealed envelope. It was a yellow sealed envelope. and they guided me to carry that sealed envelope together with me so that I can issue it out at the point of entry. On that sealed envelope, on the top of that sealed envelope was a white paper named your names, your addresses, your host addresses, your point of entry name, like Philadelphia International Airport, and something like that. So on the last counter that the one police officer guided me, that is the place that I gave out my passport, and that is the place that I gave out that sealed envelope. So that sealed envelope that the embassy will give you together with your visa, carry it with you because you're gonna give it out at the point of entry. So I gave out that sealed envelope, and I gave out this passport. At the last counter, they didn't ask me any question. So they confirmed my passport, and they opened that sealed envelope. They confirmed the papers that were over there. Myself, I don't know which papers were over there because I didn't even dare touch that sealed envelope or try to open it, because if at all you open it, know that you won't be cleared. Even it has stated that sealed envelope has stated there is somewhere that has been stated, opening of this paper, you will have to take it back to the embassy. Like myself, if at all I could dare open that sealed envelope, I had to go back to the embassy so that they can seal it again for me. Just imagine, I have come here in the US, because of my mistake, maybe I knew or I didn't knew, I have to go back to my country because I can't be cleared having opened that sealed envelope because it has confidential details. The only consular or the embassy and that point of entry no. So I gave out to that sealed envelope together with my passport. They confirmed my passport details and they confirmed my envelope, and then they stamped this visa. Let me show you something. They stamped this one. I know that one can't have effect because it doesn't have my details. They stamped that one. I don't know whether you can see it. Let me read it for you. It is a Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Border and Customs Protection. Admitted PCL, February 27, 2022. Class DV1 until DV1. So they stamp this visa. It is valid for 1 year. But the reason why they stamp just 1 year, it is because within this 1 year we already have received my green card that is now valid for 10 years. They are within this 1 year that they stamp this one. I will have already received my green card, the one that is valid for 10 years. So don't worry, because don't ask yourself why they just stamp 1 year. It is because even if they stamp 1 year, within that 1 year, you will have already received your green card. Now that is the one that is valid for 10 years. So once they stamped this passport, they told me welcome in the United States of America. They told me welcome in the US. I was overjoyous and I wondered, is that all? I asked myself, is that all? You know what? And then, but I also asked them, is that all? They told me, yeah, you are good to go. Go and pick your bag and move out. You know, I was so happy. I was so overjoyed because at the end of all of it, I'm now here, recognized by the US government. Some people might ask me, did they check your bag? So at the point of entry, they didn't check my bag. They didn't check either my carry bag or the other one, that the big bag. They didn't check anything of my bag. At the point of entry, they didn't check any of my bag. And the document that I submitted, just to repeat myself so that you can understand, anybody who didn't understand, I just give out my passport. At the point of entry, you will only give out two documents. Your passport and the sealed envelope that you are given at the embassy. Only those two documents that you will give out at the point of entry. Nothing else. You will just be asked questions about yourself and about your host and nothing else. I wondered whether that's all about it, because I thought at the point of entry it will just be complicated, but it was just easier. It was just that simpler. I even wondered, is that all? Even up today I usually ask myself, because I was waiting to be done thorough checkup. I was waiting to be asked a lot of questions. I was waiting to take like 30 minutes over there at the point of entry. But just imagine, at the point of, I think it's because Philadelphia had many people that were being cleared. I was like, we were like 5 people less than 10 people. That's why they were so fast. It took like 15 minutes to be cleared. The moment that I landed at the Philadelphia International Airport, it took 15 minutes to be cleared for me to move out. So after I was cleared, I was given back my passport stamp with that whatever stamp I showed you. I went and picked my bag. After picking my bag, I walked out and met my host. At the beginning of this video, there is that short video that I had posted for you, the one that I met my host. We were so overjoyous, and now my host took me to my new residence, and I was good to go to start a new life over here in the United States. Right now, it's my third month since I came here in the US. I'm still continuing well, I'm still progressing, I'm still improving myself, and I see that over here there is a future. But in short, there is this person that can ask me. There are these people that usually say, I'm going to Texas. I got a host in Texas, and this host in Texas is the one that is known at the embassy. But myself, I don't want to go to Texas. I got another host at Seattle, and I want to go to Seattle because at Seattle, the host in Seattle is more welcoming, or the host in Seattle, I gonna get a quick job, or wherever, of which reason, of this reason or that reason. Can I go and change? Can I change my point of entry not to land at Texas and land at Seattle direct? You know about that one. I don't have a specific answer about that, whether you can change your point of entry, but my advice is, and my concern is, why don't you first land at Texas? If at all your point of entry is at Texas, why don't you land at Texas first? Once you clear with your point of entry, the same day, or if at all it will be very hard for the same day, you can book your flight, your connection. You can book your flight, you can connect your flight now to Seattle. It is not illegal. Like myself, when I cleared with the border, with the checkpoint at the Philadelphia International Airport, that was my point of entry. Once I cleared with the border patrol or checkpoint, it was not illegal for me the following day. If at all I wanted to connect to Seattle, I could connect with the Seattle. But because myself, my host was here, and I was ready to live over here, that's why I didn't have anywhere else to go. So I don't have a specific answer about that question, but my advice is, if at all maybe you want to go to Seattle, but your point of entry is at Texas, you can first clear with Texas. Maybe you can try to talk with your host at Texas. Talk with your host and let your host know. Maybe when I come to your place, I may not reside at your place. Some hosts might be good. They can allow you to continue with your plan. So if at all your host will allow you to continue with your plan, maybe you can talk to your host. Maybe you clear with the border patrol at Texas. Your host come for you. Then the following day, you may just stay one day at Texas. The following day, you book your flight to Seattle. But know that the place that you had filled out in your DS260, or the details, or the addresses, your host address that you gave out at your interview, that is the address that your green card and your social security card will be sent. So might be on another case, you might decide like to stay with your host until you receive your green card and until you receive your social security card, because social security card and green card will be sent to your host address, the one that you gave out on your interview day. Then once you receive your social security card and your green card, you are good to go. You can relocate to another state. So I don't have a specific answer whether you can change point of entry at the beginning. Somehow I usually hear it can mess you up. Somehow it cannot mess you up. I don't know. Just do your thorough research. If at all you know it can mess you up, please don't change your point of entry. Just at first go to and clear with the border patrol at the point of entry that the embassy know and the US know. Once you clear with them, even the following day, it is not illegal for you to go to the state, now the one you want, or else you stay with your host for a couple period of time. Once you receive your green card, because I have told you your green card and social security card will be sent to your host address, now you will be good to go to the other state, the one that you want. So that's all about it, guys. For any more questions that you may be having about my point of entry story and experience, just hit my comment section, or else we're gonna do more research from other people's experience. That is just my own basic. I usually sometimes wonder whether that is all, but I have given you all how it went over there. If at all I can remember anything that happened over there, I can come back and make another video. But for now, that's all about it. So please, as I wind up my video, if at all you know you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe and share this content and like it. share, subscribe, and like it. God bless you. God be with you. I love you all. Bye bye and see you all.